The 7 levels of YouTube downfall. Let's check it out, bro. Bro, there's been like some huge YouTubers that were really big like in the early 2010s that, like, straight up fell off, bro. And they still post videos today, but they just don't hit the same.
Fame on YouTube means freedom, creative power, money, and millions waiting for your next upload. But the higher you climb,
Let's check
the
out the
harder you
7 levels
fall,
of a
because on
YouTube
this
downfall.
platform, no one stays on top
YouTubers
forever,
downfall.
and not all YouTube downfalls are equal. While some creators fall from grace and quickly recover,
a wallpaper app called Panels, and I made a lot of mistakes, and so appropriately, the entire internet was very disappointed.
When was
and
this?
That's 100% on me.
others disappear overnight, with their careers burned to ashes at their
First of all, Marcus Brownlee has not fallen off. He has not fallen off, bro. His videos, every time he posts, has 1 million views, bro. 1 million to 2 million views. This man is never falling off. He's like the height. I feel like he's #1 when it comes to tech reviews.
own hands.
Especially
Hi,
phones.
I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we are talking about the 7 levels of YouTube downfall. How it all starts with one minor slip up or a harmless lie from the creator, but with every level escalates into something darker, until the fame, the audience, and the entire YouTube empire collapse under the weight of their own ego. And as you'll see by the end of this video, some creators lose not just their careers, but their freedom as well. However, at the first level, the downfall is not anything even close to career ending. It's just a bump in the road, a small controversy that sparks some temporary backlash from the internet. Level 1. Minor controversy. Almost every creator faces this at some point, and most of the time, it's caused when the creator does something that clashes with the values they've spent years building. For instance, ever since Arak started posting regularly in 2019, he has earned billions of views through larger-than-life stunts like making the world's largest pizza, spending $100,000 on Facebook Marketplace, and breaking 100 laws in 24 hours. A big part of his appeal has always been his dedication to keeping
Yo, he's trying to be like Steezy, bro. Y'all know Steezy, bro. He did that famous like jump off. What is his name? Steezy? I forgot his name, but he's trying to be like him.
in 24 hours. A big part of his appeal has always
Also, why
been
can't
his
you jump off there?
dedication
Is
to
the water
keeping the
dirty or
content
something?
authentic while still delivering those over-the-top challenges. But then he started his 30-day traveling around the world series.
Starting December
Steezy.
1st, I'm going to be traveling around the entire globe, uploading 30 videos in 30 days.
And less than a week into the challenge, he was exposed for faking parts of it by pre-recording videos. The fans were disappointed to say the least. Bro has 15 million subs and is rich as F, and he is faking traveling the world. I used to praise Arak as a top 5 YouTuber, but
Bro,
this
it's crazy that
evidence is
one small
undeniable.
thing like
Viewers
that
were
will just
upset
get
with
you
Arak,
hate, bro.
as this
Like,
went
people just
against the
turn on
raw,
you with
authentic
doing stuff like
image
that.
always associated with his content.
Just
The
'cause it's
same
not
pattern
100%
showed up when MKBHD,
authentic.
YouTube's The Tech Guy, launched his very own wallpaper app, Panels. The internet almost immediately slammed the app for
Bro,
having
are people really paying descriptions for wallpaper, bro? Just look it up on Google. But if you're just trying to get a regular wallpaper, just look it up on Google. Everything's on Google or on Pinterest. Like, do not pay for a description for wallpaper. That's like the dumbest thing. But if you're trying to get the live wallpaper, you might want to pay for that. I'm not gonna lie, if it's like live wallpaper, because it's hard to find live wallpapers that are free.
poor design, too many ads,
At least for me.
above all,
Maybe it's
charging
easier
$50
than I
a year
think.
to use it. Many criticized MKBHD for going against the very principles he'd built his reputation on, and for being out of touch with his own audience. But like I said earlier, backlash
Alright,
at level 1 is
$50
always
a year
temporary.
is not
The
terrible.
criticism doesn't spiral into
That
a
is
full-blown
not bad, bro.
cancellation because most creators at this stage learn quickly. They acknowledge the mistake, make amends, and move on before things get out of
Wait,
hand.
but it is a wallpaper
So when
app, so
MKBHD put out a video addressing the controversy around his app, he didn't try to deflect criticism or make excuses. Instead, he simply explained what went wrong and how he planned to fix it. And the response was overwhelmingly positive. Fans praised his honesty and humility, turning this into one of, if not the most well-received apology videos
okay, now I
in
think about
YouTube
it,
history.
$50 a year for a wallpaper app is actually insane. Just for a wallpaper app is insane, bro. First of all, why are you even paying for a wallpaper app? Just get your stuff on Pinterest, like I just said earlier. But yeah, now I think about it, yeah, $50 is actually crazy.
But even when creators don't release a public apology, many still manage to move past the backlash by quietly changing direction. For example, after being called out for faking some of his content, Eric didn't dwell on the controversy. Instead, he quietly shifted his focus. He moved away from the idea of authenticity as his core value and leaned into creating consistently high production, entertaining videos. And that shift worked, as in the last couple of years, Eric has continued to grow at an incredible pace, because at this stage, a downfall isn't about destruction. It's a wake-up call, one that most creators recover from. But the deeper we go, the harder that recovery becomes. And as we move into the second level, the fallout from the creator's mistakes begins to test the strength of their reputation. Level 2. Dent to reputation. This is where the consequences start to hit closer to home, and the audience begins to question if the creator they've supported all along is really who they thought they were. The damage may not destroy a career, but it's serious enough to force creators into damage control. A perfect example of this is Linus Tech Tips. Linus is one of the OGs of YouTube, who's been creating content since 2012. Over the years, he's built a massive business empire worth over $100 million.
Damn.
Supported by an audience of millions who trust him and his team for honest, unbiased reviews of the latest tech. But all of that came under fire when another YouTube channel, Gamers Nexus, called LTT out. Gamers Nexus released an investigation exposing a number of problems with the LTT content, including inaccurate data, false claims, and misleading opinions. And for a company built on the expertise and accuracy, this was a serious blow. Naturally, the LTT community felt betrayed by what they saw as unprofessional and careless practices. In response, Linus and his team released a 20-minute apology video featuring several members of the community, acknowledging their mistakes and promising major internal changes. But the community's response was divided. While some viewers appreciated the transparency, others remained unconvinced, questioning whether the company had lost touch with the values that made them credible in the first place. But the repercussions at this level don't always come from the audience. Sometimes, a creator's actions reach beyond public perception and start to shake the trust of the brands and the sponsors that keep their channels alive, like PewDiePie. At the height of his career in 2017, he faced massive backlash after making an anti-Semitic joke in one video, and later using the N-word during a live stream. And while the initial reaction online was intense, Felix managed to calm the situation fairly.
I think he was playing PUBG, but I remember that. I wasn't watching it live, because I'm pretty sure he was on live when he did it. But I do remember that whole controversy of him saying that. But yeah, he recovered, bro. So far, level 1 and 2 don't seem as bad. Obviously, you shouldn't be saying racial slurs. That's terrible. You should not be saying racial slurs. But level 1 definitely wasn't bad. Level 1 was just like faking shit or kind of scamming. Level 2 is kind of the same, but they kind of have like a dazzle of like racial shit.
Quickly by
racial slurs
and issuing a
which
public
is terrible.
apology.
I said the worst word I could possibly think of, and it just sort of slipped out. And I'm not gonna make any excuses to why it did, because there are no excuses for it. I'm really sorry if I offended, hurt, or disappointed anyone with all of this. Being in the position I am, I should know better.
But redeeming himself in the eyes of his audience wasn't enough. Several major sponsors, including Disney, cut ties with him almost overnight. Still, even with these
he said anti-Semitic jokes
PewDiePie
too,
and Linus Tech
and
Tips
the
managed to
N-word
bounce back over time.
in the same
by
week.
owning their mistakes and showing consistent accountability, they slowly.
Alright, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Level 1, like I said, level 1 wasn't bad, and level 2 with his stuff wasn't. I mean, it's kind of like scummy what he did, faking stats, I guess, but or being inaccurate. But it isn't as terrible as saying a racial slur and anti-Semitic jokes. Even though but they both recover from it because they
earned back the trust of their audiences.
They learn from their
and
mistakes.
Their partners. Because at this level, redemption is still on the table. The damage feels serious in the moment.
Shout out to
but
PewDiePie
it's
though, because he really did a
temporary.
redemption
And
arc,
for
bro.
who take
He
responsibility,
as a kid,
the downfall
he moved to
becomes just
Japan.
another
Like,
chapter in their story.
I don't know if he's
But
still living in
past
Japan
this
though.
point, redemption isn't really an option anymore. Level 3.
So level 1 and level 2
drama
weren't
and
that
exposure.
bad. But level 3.
At level 3, the consequences start to dig deeper. The creator's actions trigger full-blown internet controversies, drawing the attention of commentary channels and major news outlets. And even after the drama dies down, their reputation never fully recovers. In other words, the creator's name becomes tied to the controversy itself. Sniperwolf is among this category of YouTubers. In 2023, she became the center of a major controversy after many accused her of stealing content under the label of reaction videos. Much of this criticism came after YouTuber Jax Films made a number of videos calling her out for violating fair use laws and monetizing stolen content without even crediting the original creators. At the time, Sniperwolf was one of YouTube's biggest creators, with more than 30 million subscribers, making the controversy impossible to ignore. But instead of easing the tension, Sniperwolf's response only pushed things into a dangerous territory. In a petty attempt at revenge, she doxed Jack's home address to her millions of Instagram followers.
What?
Alright, right in front of your house. Come out.
Bro.
Come out and talk to me. He has
It is never that
food
serious.
outside, so he should be out any minute now.
Bro,
to pick
it
up.
is never that serious.
It's
You're
ice
leaking the
cream.
whole address?
I just want to talk.
Putting Jack and his wife's safety at serious risk. Naturally, this reckless behavior escalated the controversy overnight. Creators across YouTube condemned her actions, with many openly demanding her to be removed from the platform.
There is no reason why she is not open to termination. YouTube should actually be fair in this and terminate her channel, or at least heavily restrict it, or severely punish her.
In the end, YouTube lets the incident slide with a relatively minor punishment of a temporary demonetization, but the actual damage done was permanent. The incident
That's
ruined her
crazy.
overall image and turned her name into a symbol of everything wrong with
I'm
reaction
telling you, if it was anyone else, bro, it's GG's, bro. If it was anyone else, bro, it would have been GG's.
content. Even today, she's remembered more for stealing content and the doxing scandal than anything else she's done on the platform. But a
But that's
downfall like
on-
this
she just
doesn't
got a
always
slap
come
her
from one
on the wrist for
explosive
that.
controversy. In many cases, it's a pattern of disgusting behavior from the creator, refusing to learn, grow, or take accountability that slowly destroys their reputation. And no one embodies it better than Logan Paul. His career
I knew
has been
this
a
one
long
was gonna
trail
come
of
up.
controversies
I knew
and
this-
scandals,
I knew this was gonna
but
come
the
up.
first and arguably worst of them came in late 2017
definitely level 5
when he
or 4.
posted a video filmed in Japan's
No,
infamous
this is the highest
forest,
level.
also known as the forest. In the vlog, Logan and his team filmed the remains of a man who had decided to end everything in that forest, all while laughing at the tragedy with a disgusting lack of empathy. The video went viral for all the wrong reasons, sparking international outrage, forcing YouTube to cut ties with him temporarily. But as disturbing as it was, had Logan genuinely reflected on the incident and changed his behavior, he could have still recovered over time. Instead, his career became a cycle of reckless decisions, each one erasing whatever progress he made towards redemption. Over the years, Logan has been accused
KSI
of everything from
Bro, yo, KSI recovered this man's career, bro. And that's not me just saying it. He even admitted in the fight, like in the end of the fight, that KSI legit recovered this man's whole career. And now they have like a business. They were like rivals and they were like enemies, and now they have like a whole business together, like a whole prime, bro. Which is crazy to see, bro. It's crazy how life works. But bro, this man was getting controversy after controversies after that.
to scamming his own fans through shady
Oh, I forgot the
projects.
crypto.
And
Bro,
while much like
to be fair, almost a lot of your favorite YouTubers were involved in some sort of crypto scam, bro.
Sniperwolf, he still racks up hundreds of thousands of views. His
Not
public
everyone,
image
but,
is
like,
permanently
most of
stained,
them.
with him widely known as one of the most toxic creators on the platform. But as we move into the next level, the audience's patience finally runs out, and even the most loyal fans walk away. Level 4. Complete collapse of credibility. At level 4, the damage goes far beyond reputation. This is when a creator's downfall becomes disgraceful, as the audience loses all faith and even the most loyal fans turn their backs. This level includes early YouTube stars like FuzzyTube and Kid Behind a Camera, who are now remembered only as cautionary examples of self-destruction. But level 4
Bro, I made
downfalls
if y'all haven't checked it out, I made a whole reaction video on his whole story. Yo, check it out. FuzzyTube, bro, it's just I don't even need to make a reaction because everyone knows what's be going on with FuzzyTube, bro. Like legit, if you're on TikTok, bro, there's so many clips of him being insane. Not anymore, but back when he was in his prime kick days, yeah.
don't happen overnight. They're the result of long-term manipulation. where a creator keeps deceiving their audience, milking their loyalty for views, money, or clout until there's nothing left of it. Boogie2988 is one of the clearest examples of this slow
Didn't this man
decline. By the late
having
2010s,
cancer?
his fans had already begun losing patience with his repeated lies about his personal life, and a series of insensitive jokes that slowly wore down his nice guy image. Then, the September 2020 incident, where he threatened fellow YouTuber Frank Hassel using a firearm, served as another example of his irresponsible and arrogant behavior. Things only got worse with the release of the documentary The Dark, Sad Life of Boogie2988. It exposed his misogynistic views, addiction to hiring escorts, and complete lack of accountability for his actions. These revelations destroyed the humble and wholesome persona he was once known for. He's a real-life Bojack, a self-destructive, self-centered broken person that brings everyone around them down and refuses to improve. Boogie is the definition of "my life is hard and I don't want to change it, please give me sympathy." But the final nail in the coffin came when streamer Destiny publicly exposed Boogie for lying about having a rare blood cancer.
Boogie 2488, you are being
Bro, how do
confronted
people
tonight.
do that, bro?
I am 99%
Is that
sure
HQC?
that you are faking. No, don't move. You are faking your cancer diagnosis, Boogie.
Boogie had been using this disgusting lie for years to gain sympathy and financial support from
XQC.
fans. And once the truth came out, any remaining faith the viewers had in him vanished completely. He's been bleeding
Bro,
subscribers ever since.
There was this clip of this man crashing out, saying like, "Ah," like literally like yelling out his problems, whatever, on the camera, legit crashing out, bro. I remember that became like a meme for
And
for a
whatever
bit.
audience he has left is only there to laugh at him. That said, not every downfall
He was like
at
saying,
this
"I hate my
level
life, I
is
hate
driven
living,"
by
and he was
greed or
talking about, like,
desperation.
doing,
Sometimes
you know,
it's
offing
ego
himself.
and the ugly abuse of
But
power
it was just him
that
trying to
brings
crave
a creator
attention, though.
crashing down. Jeffree Star was once one of the biggest names in the beauty industry. At his peak, he sold out entire makeup collections within minutes, building an empire that seemed immune to controversy. However, that illusion started to crack in the late 2010s, when several people close to him began exposing his manipulative and arrogant behavior behind the scenes. And while these allegations alone might not have been enough to destroy Jeffree's massive career, his constant involvement in drama after drama slowly wore down the patience of his fans. His mask completely slipped away with the infamous 2020 Business Insider investigation. The report detailed a long history of disgusting behavior and accused him of racism, physical abuse, SA, and more,
Nah.
which ultimately ruined
Nah.
the illusion of his untouchable career for good. But
Nah,
the
bro.
next
What a
level
weirdo.
takes things even further, stepping into a darker, more depraved territory.
Level 5. Careers destroyed.
Oh, is this the last level?
At this stage, it's no longer just the audience that abandons the creator. The entire internet unites against them, and the consequences follow them for life. Level 5 downfalls require something far more sinister than
Alright, so far I'm gonna review. Oh no, this is 5. You know, near like the 7th level, I'm gonna
ego
review.
issues and manipulative behavior.
the
They are
current
usually
levels.
triggered when a creator
But there's
is
more
accused of
levels since I thought
something
level 5 was
deeply
the last one.
disturbing, and these allegations are backed by undeniable evidence that leaves no room for excuses or explanations. For example, in 2023, a number of former fans accused Colleen Ballinger of predatory behavior towards them while they were still minors. Colleen had over 8 million subscribers at the time, and a majority of this audience was children. So naturally, as soon as these allegations surfaced, they spread like wildfire. With her 2 decades
Bro,
long
oh
online
my god,
empire,
no, bro. Oh, now I remember she did the most corny, bro. You know when YouTubers all do like the same apology videos, and they always end up with like they put their hand on the camera and turn it off, bro. I think she was trying to be different about it. She brought a fucking ukulele and was singing, bro. Like that was so bad, bro.
collapsing almost overnight. Her sponsors cut ties, tours were cancelled, and creators across the platform publicly distanced themselves from her. She made one last desperate attempt to save her career with her tone-deaf ukulele apology video.
Oh no, don't play it,
Just a
no.
loser who didn't understand I shouldn't respond to fans.
And to no
What
one's
was she
surprise,
thinking,
this
bro?
turned into a meme almost instantly.
Why was she thinking
cementing
this?
her downfall
Bro,
as
there's
one
no
of
way she thought in her head that this was it, bro. This was the apology that people needed, bro. No, it was no.
the most humiliating in YouTube history. And it's not just creators like Colleen. Even those standing at the top of the platform aren't safe once they cross this line. Until mid-2024, Chris Tyson, now known as Ava Tyson, was one of the main faces in the MrBeast empire, appearing in countless videos for the biggest YouTube channel on the planet, but none of it saved them from the fallout that came from a series of predatory and grooming allegations towards minor fans in June 2024. As soon as evidence surfaced online, it took less than a week for their entire career to fall apart.
Ain't Chris have a kid
Their
too?
apology only made the outrage worse, with thousands demanding them to be put behind bars. MrBeast publicly cut ties with them, and Ava disappeared from the internet entirely. But while Ava chose to disappear, creators at the next level don't even get that choice.
Level 6 Deplatforming.
Level 6 belongs to those who make shock value their brand. They'll say or do anything for attention, even if that attention comes in the form of hate. In that sense, these creators are always heading towards their inevitable downfall, and the list includes names like Master Oogway aka Omar Sastam, whose entire career was built on provoking disgust. At first, he scraped views through low-effort stolen videos, feeding off other people's work. But once that stopped working, he decided to rely on controversy, leaning into the most disgraceful behavior imaginable. He started using racial slurs.
So, I'm gonna say it for the first time in my life properly.
Releasing a song glorifying Adolf Hitler.
Kung Fu Panda. Adolf Hitler is my the barrel.
And even being a
Bro, it's crazy to see what people are willing to do for views, bro. Like, they really... This is just straight up disgusting, bro. This man is straight up just racist, bro. And he's doing it all for views, bro. Like, it's so crazy, bro, that these people would throw fucking decent morals all out the freaking window just for fucking clicks, bro.
Accused of exploiting the ongoing suffering of Palestinians just to farm views and followers. Eventually, YouTube had seen enough. On June 20, 2024, Sastam's channel was permanently terminated for hate speech. And every time he's tried to return under a new name, he's been instantly banned. But when creators reach this point, the destruction doesn't stay online for long, and the consequences of their antics start spilling into their real lives. Take J-Station for example. He became infamous for getting arrested for trespassing, faking paranormal encounters and clickbaiting the death of celebrities like XXXTentacion, and YouTuber
Wait, what? I didn't even... Bro. God, bro. He probably did Kobe too, bro. Cause there was that's how, bro. When Kobe died, a YouTuber legit like a week or 2 weeks after his death, bro, made a whole video. I communicate with Kobe Bryant at 3 a.m., bro. Like, bro. Like, people do not have a heart, bro. This just pisses me off.
And the most depraved of these stunts came in 2020, when he faked his own girlfriend's death, claiming she'd been killed in a car accident.
Last night, we lost Alexia to a drunk driver, guys.
So, when some ordinary gamers exposed this shameless attempt for internet attention, the fallout was
just like the most fakest cry
ever. Not
ever.
only was his channel permanently removed, but he was also arrested and charged for assaulting his girlfriend. And that's how clout chasers like him turned their hunger for attention into a self-inflicted downfall. But at this level, a downfall means burning down every bridge, both online and in real life. Because once you're known as the person who makes Nazi songs or fakes loved ones' deaths for views, there's no comeback, no redemption, and no normal life waiting for you on the other side. And for some, even getting banned from the internet would be a light punishment.
Level 7 Life Ruined.
The 7th level takes the downfall to
Alright, like I said before. The first level was not bad. The second level, I want to say was bad. But that PewDiePie, when he said the N-word and he made those anti-Semitic, that was bad. But PewDiePie, he recovered and he learned from his mistakes. And now he's, you know, an approved man. He's a good man. He has a kid and a wife. Third, I forgot the third. I'm not going to lie. Fourth, I forgot the fourth. I think fifth is when they start getting the EDPs, the pedophiles, bro. Those, bro, should straight up be banned. They should not even have an account, bro. Especially ones that are being SAing, bro. No, bro. Straight up ban them. Like, I don't know why YouTube allows them to still have a platform. They should leave. 6 was terrible. Freaking the dude from MrBeast, or, you know, the girl I got, whatever. Mr. Beast made a good choice by banning, because I know beforehand he started causing so many problems for Mr. Beast, and good for Mr. Beast for straight up cutting ties, because that's straight up weird talking to kids. And then the ukulele one, the lady with the ukulele, that was by far, bro, the worst apology video I ever seen in YouTube. It was so bad. And now we here in level 7.
Darkest point. At this stage, the line between a YouTube downfall and a criminal conviction disappears, and when a creator reaches this point, there's absolutely nothing left to salvage, and their career's gone for good. They are left with no income, their personal life is torn to pieces, and they end up exactly where they belong, behind bars. The most recent example of this is Vitaly, a YouTuber prankster who rose to fame by storming fields during some of the world's biggest sporting events. And despite multiple run-ins with the law over the years, Vitaly never seemed to learn, as his stunts grew increasingly desperate for attention. But in March 2025, after announcing his move to the Philippines to start a new chapter as a travel vlogger, his past finally caught up with him. Within days of arriving, he turned into a public menace, harassing locals, annoying security guards, disrupting businesses, and even stealing from local stores. The Philippine government refused to tolerate
Things like that really makes American travelers, like actual Americans, to just be traveling to learn or enjoy the culture of different countries. Acts like this, like people who do this on the internet, like Vitaly, make us look bad, bro. They make everyone look bad. It's just nah.
his disrespect towards their citizens, and on April 2nd, Vitaly was arrested. And while he'd faced legal trouble plenty of times before, this time there was no getting out with a fine or a public apology. The government charged him with multiple serious offenses, including vandalism, unjust vexation, burglary, theft, and unauthorized video recording. And according to reports, if found guilty on all counts, Vitaly will face up to 24 years in prison, in a country infamous for having some of the harshest and most overcrowded prison systems in the world.
Is he still in prison? Oh damn! I did not expect the video just. Did he mean to have it like that? The video just cut off at 20 marks. Oh well, I think that was like an accident, or maybe that was just the end. I don't know. But yeah, it's so bad. Level 7 is so bad that only one person is in level 7. I'm gonna be honest, bro. If you're being racist, bro, to be for views, bro, you should not be on YouTube. So YouTube did an actual good part with like banning that dude, as well as like the the freaking pedos, bro. They should also be banned. Like EDP, I'm pretty sure, bro. This man EDP made a whole website, bro. No one's trying to join your website, bro. Now YouTube's been getting better at banning people who shouldn't be on the platform, like pedophiles and races, like So they've been doing a good job. But hey, let me know down in the comments below what y'all think about the video, what y'all want to react to next. This was the 7 levels of YouTube downfall. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.